I saw myself on that stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thousands of people screaming, Arnold, Arnold, Arnold.
I was watching that Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary, and oh my God. Episode 2 of that thing was one of the funniest fucking stories. Dude, this guy, he just didn't give a fuck. He went from a bodybuilder, he wants to be an actor, and somehow he starts buying real estate because he heard it was a good investment. He was like, I became a millionaire before I even, tried to act. So then I didn't have to do the bullshit parts.
I became a millionaire in the 70s before I ever took off in the movie business. I did not have to take the bullshit roles.
My agents, they wanted me to do smaller parts, be a character actor. Fuck the bullshit. I want to be the star. I want to be the lead, right?
I said, what the fuck? I don't want to be a character actor. I want to be the leading man. I want to be the star.
That was his fucking attitude. And everyone was telling me he was too big and he had a fucking accent. So he somehow gets a meeting with this guy who's made like 500 fucking movies.
I mean, he's the guy that has made 500 movies and he has Academy Awards and Golden Globes. So he was a real big shot.
He walks in there with his agent. And I guess the guy was a little fella and he had this giant desk. Schwarzenegger assesses that, and then to start the meeting, he goes, why does a little man need such a big desk?
And the first thing I see is this little guy sitting behind this massive desk. As he got up from his chair, he didn't get much taller. And then I realized that he was really little. So I said, why does a little guy need such a big desk?
The fucking dude lost his mind. The little guy got all mad and he starts, yeah, fuck you, I'm not going to use you. Can I use you? He's Italian, right? Off the boat. He goes, I cannot use you. He goes, you have an accent. And Schwarzenegger goes, you have an accent too.
And he immediately went nuts. I cannot use you. You have an accent. That's funny you say that. I said, because you have an accent too. I barely can understand you.
He fucking threw him out of his office. He goes, he was walking out of his office and his fucking agent was yelling at him, going, that meeting was 1:45 seconds. In the history of Hollywood, there's never been a faster meeting.
Look at this, Arnold. It was 1 minute and 40 seconds. It was the fastest meeting I've ever had in Hollywood.
I gotta tell you something, man. The brains and the balls on that guy. I mean, I've not stopped thinking about that. How he went in there and just like the power that guy had. It's all dependent on the person he's talking to giving a fuck. And the fact that Schwarzenegger did not give a fuck, the floor went out from underneath this little guy, and he didn't know what to do. I'm sure he tried to fucking stop him from... Long story short is the guy ended up producing Conan the Barbarian, and Schwarzenegger was up for the role, and he didn't want him to get the role, and Schwarzenegger killed it. He still got it. So the little fella comes down to the set on one of the days, and he watches Schwarzenegger, and Schwarzenegger is killing it. And he said he walked all the way up the hill, up to me, and he just looked at me, and he said, you are Conan the Barbarian.
He comes up the steps, right up to me, and he says, Schwarzenegger, you're Conan. Yeah.
And he walked away. And I was thinking, yeah, I know I am. I have the role. Dude, that fucking ice cold logic. It was so inspiring. Because I've seen a ton of people pretending like they don't give a fuck. But like to believe in yourself to that level, I don't even know what. Then I'm thinking, well, maybe he just went in there and he was so competitive that he was actually, like, legitimately asking, why does a little guy need such a big desk? Like, he was trying to figure him out. Like, what are you doing, you know, with your little socks and shoes over there and your little pants? Like, why do you need this big fucking desk? Did it, like, intrigue him? It's going to torture me for the rest of my life. Was he straight up fucking with the guy, or did it not add up? You know, like a cop on the beat for fucking 25 years. It just doesn't make sense, doesn't add up. And he stopped, you know, Columbo, he comes back. You know, it's just one more thing. Why is there, as a little fellow, why come you got such a big desk? And then when the guy got mad, he didn't even flinch and fucking beat him in point counterpoint. It was just, I'm telling you, you got to watch the thing. I remember everybody used to make fun of him, too, when he would drive around in the Hummers.
One car's as big as all outdoors.
Wow, what kind of mileage does it get?
1 highway, 0 city.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
None of us knew that he was in the army in Austria and was a tank driver. He used to drive around in a tank with a fucking cigar hanging out of his mouth. I mean, the guy is just like, I don't even know what. It's unreal. You become like, you just watch the fucking thing. I have to watch that episode again. Do you know when somebody just does something so cool, like you wished you did it? You know? And then you start fantasizing that you actually did it. That shit was so fucking cool. I wish I did it, but I can't even trick my own mind in thinking that I would ever do something that as cool as that. The guy's a immigrant. Brutal accent, can barely speak the fucking language, and goes in there and just fucking de-pantses this fucking guy. I would have given anything in the world after he said that to see that little guy's face and his fucking agent. His agent trying to, because his agent wasn't just worried about his client there. He was like, this motherfucker's not going to meet any of my clients after this one. And to fucking ask that question, oh my God, it's just like poetry. Oh God, there's a couple of stories that Arnold tells, man. Oh my God, they're fucking heartbreaking, but it's an incredible. Oh, God, I would kill to listen to any of those tapes. Hey, Arnold, we'll get you some small roles and, do some character actor stuff. That's how we're going to. And he's like, fucking bullshit. I'm not doing those stupid fucking parts. I want to be the star. And then listening to this guy going like, how the fuck am I going to make you a star when you talk like that?
Up and at 'em.
Up and at them.
Up and at 'em.
Up and at them.
Up and at 'em.
Up and at them.
Better.
I'm not going to say shit to you. Your fucking bicep is bigger than my head. I mean, that must have been somebody says it in the documentary. Says he has the most incredible career of anybody ever. I mean, as far as like where he came from, what he sounded like, and what he ended up doing, it's just fucking, it blows. I know, I'm going on and on about it. We get it, Bill. We get it. We understand it. We're going to check it out.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
Getting blown, getting known on the microphone because the streets is gold. The streets is gold. On the low, get the dough, fuck these hoes, cause the streets is gold. The streets is gold. We're kicking flows, fucking hoes, making dough when they wonder why the streets is gold. The streets is gold.
Kicking flows to hoes, showing up my dope. Ayo, the streets is gold.